My name's Michelle, but my friends call me MC. I'm 29 years old, and I'm a personal trainer, and I'm in sales.
Okay. Oh, that is an interesting. I mean, I guess
Right.
personal training, you're also kind of selling yourself as well.
This is true. Yeah. And then I got into sales just in the last year because I was like, I need something with like insurance and benefits. So yeah, that's how I got into sales, but I still personal train on the side.
Yeah. So I guess, we see which came first, but what led you to both of these paths in the first place? Is fitness something that's always been a part of your life?
Fitness has always been a part of my life. I started playing basketball when I was 8 years old. And like since then, just sports, basketball, track, tennis. I was voted most athletic in high school my senior year. And then I went to play Division I track and field at the collegiate level. Yeah, so I've always loved fitness. And like I genuinely enjoy working out, even though most people don't. So that's how that... And I wanted to help people in their fitness journey as well.
Well, let's talk about, a very different type of CrossFit environment here, the sweltering heat of the Fijian jungle. Talk to me about your history with Survivor and what brought you out here from a fan to a player.
Okay, so I have a secret.
Oh, yes.
So my secret is season 47 was my first ever season of Survivor that I ever watched. And now I'm here. So I have never watched Survivor, but I just love hanging out with my friends, and I wanted an excuse to hang out with them.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's do a watch party. Let's watch something every week. They were like, oh, Survivor just came back on, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, okay, yeah, that works for me. And then I came in on episode 3 of season 47, and I became obsessed. I was like, how have I missed this my entire life? Like this has been going on for the last 25 years. And so I watched all of 47. I binged like half of the seasons, old era and new era. I applied, and now I'm here.
So what was it about the show that made you feel so in love with it that you're like, this is something that I want to be a part of specifically?
Yeah. First, it was the athleticism, like the challenges, the physical challenges, but also the fact that it was like regular people doing it. Like it wasn't like CrossFit athletes or anything like that. It was regular, degular human beings.
Yeah.
And so I loved that. It was cool to see that. And then I was a psychology major.
Oh.
So yeah, the sociology, psychology behind it, I was like, this is fascinating. Like this is like social politics. And at the end, the fact that like anyone can win, because it's like you're voting for your winner. It's not who won the most challenges or who did this. Like it is who the jury votes for. So all of that put together, I was like, this is an amazing game. This is the best game ever. Yeah.
So looking back upon your very recent dive into Survivor, give me one winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
Okay. So a winner, I would say Yam Yam, which I just love him. I loved him from the beginning of his season, even like I didn't think he was going to win. And so the fact that he did win, I was like, it's amazing. I love that he was himself, like, and he just was like funny and humorous. So yeah, identify with him as a winner. When it comes to a non-winner, maybe Cody.
Okay, from season 43?
Yes. And I just, once again, I loved his personality, how he has like living tattooed on his butt. Like I just love people like that. People are goofy, make me laugh. Like that's who I identify with for sure.
And what would be your favorite moment in Survivor history? Did it revolve around these guys or anything else?
Man, my favorite moment... I did love in 47 Operation Italy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, how can you not? But I didn't want it to work. I did not want it to work, but it was just really good, like, TV, and I was watching with my friends. By that point, I was into it. And I was like, there's no way this is going to work. And then it did. So that was just an amazing moment.
Yeah. Why didn't you want... Was it because of the people, or was it more so like, oh, my God?
I was not rooting for the Operation Italy people. I was not. Yeah, I wanted Jen and Andy. I wanted them to go home.
Well, you got your wish in the next
episode. Eventually. Yeah.
So looking onto, what you are going to bring to the game in Survivor, what's one life experience you feel has prepared you the most for all of this?
Yeah, I think I moved from Texas to California 2 years ago.
Okay.
Completely by myself. Didn't know a single soul. Didn't really have a job lined up. I was just like, I'm going to figure it out. And I feel like that, like, adaptability and that figure it out mentality, like, I feel like that's 100% what you need in the game of Survivor. So I'm gonna bring that full folds. Yeah.
That's interesting. What prompted the move? Was it for like more career opportunities, or were you just like, I need to change the scene? I need to look at the ocean.
Yeah. The short answer is just because, literally. But yeah, I visited San Diego like once, and I fell in love. And like 10 years ago, I visited, and I was like, I'm gonna move there one day. And I was previously waiting for like this job, this gym that I worked with. I was waiting for them to move to San Diego, and they kept delaying it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to move without y'all because I'm trying to get there. So yeah. What was it, 2022? I was just like, okay, it's time. And I love being outdoors. I love the ocean. I love that you can go to Mexico, but you can go snowboarding, but you can go Vegas, you can go surfing. Like, San Diego's an amazing place. So
again, as someone who is so physically minded in terms of your career, when you found out you were coming out here, did the prep change at all? Was there other stuff you were incorporating in?
Yes, so it did a little bit. I held myself more accountable. I always love to work out. I'll do it, but I held myself more accountable on which type of workouts and when I was going to do it. I didn't let myself slack as much. I don't necessarily like need or want to get stronger or bigger. But I started lifting heavier again because I was like, I need to be as strong as I can for Survivor. And I started working on like grip stuff so I can work on grip strength. I started running a little bit more so I could have that endurance as well. So a little bit, like I was always working out, but I just like kind of tweaked it a little bit.
Was there anything involving like the mental aspect? Were you practicing puzzles or anything?
Okay, so no. Like I kept telling myself, I was like, yeah, do those puzzles, work on the slide puzzle, do it all. And I did every now and then, but not as much as I probably should. So let's hope that it doesn't come down to the wire on that.
Oh, listen, that's what other tribe members are for, you know?
Exactly.
What would you say is your biggest superpower and your biggest piece of kryptonite that you're bringing into the game?
Okay. I'll start with kryptonite. My biggest piece of kryptonite is I do care what people think. I think everybody does a little bit.
Right.
I always say I'm a recovering people pleaser. I'm trying to be in my villain era and learn how to say no, but that is my kryptonite because I'm like, okay, I want people to like me, but I have to let go of that. But also, my biggest strength is I do feel like people are attracted to my energy. And like back home, I feel like I'm a lot of people's best friends, even though they might not be my best friend.
Yeah.
But I use that to my advantage. Like I can work with people. So it's kind of the like different sides of the same coin, kind of. But it can be to my benefit, but it could also be to my detriment.
How do you think, I mean, maybe I'm just feeding the people-pleasing part of you. How do you think you'll be perceived in this game? What do you think people are going to see when they look at you and work with you? I
think when they first look at me, they're going to see this like tall black girl with locks and muscles, and they might be like intimidated at first, or they might see me as a physical threat. But I hope when I smile at them and then I start talking to them and they realize I'm a little bit goofy, that they'll be like, okay, let me like keep her by my side. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, fingers crossed.
Well, let's talk about some of this opposition. Turn the mirror around onto them, because I'm sure as you've been sitting here, you've been making some assessments, some snap judgments here. So let's start with the positive side of things, and you can use their initials, you could describe them to me. Who are some people that would be like a best case scenario, like we hit the beach, you're my ride or die, day one?
Yeah, there is, her initials are SS, I think, and so we've been sitting like kind of near each other, and she looks athletic. She looks like she played like soccer or softball or something like that, and we've shared some smiles, so I'm like, okay, like let's do this. Let's see. There's a guy who I call Bruce, as in Bruce Banner, because he's like swole.
Oh, okay.
He's like the Hulk.
I was gonna say, Bruce out here for a third time?
No. And I feel like, he's really strong. He clearly like lifts, and that could be dangerous, or it could be to his detriment. We'll see. But I mean, if he's on my tribe, that would be nice, because he'll be able to like build a shelter and stuff. I was looking at him like, oh, he needs to build a shelter. That would be nice. So
let's talk about idols, advantages, journeys, DNA of the new era.
Yeah.
How much are you going to incorporate them into your own workout routine, in a manner of speaking, out here?
Oh, when it comes to advantages, I hope I'm on a journey. I hope I get to go on a journey. I know some people feel a little iffy about that, but me, I'm trying to get my like Survivor bucket list, to-do list, check everything off. I definitely want to find an idol. I've been even looking around here, just trying to practice, like, where would they hide it if we were, if it was here? So yeah, we're once a day idol hunting, maybe.
If you find something, are you going to disclose that to anybody? I know it's a big question always, as to like, do you tell people about your advantages or not?
Honestly, my first answer is no, but I think you definitely got to read your tribe and the people that are around you. Like, did someone else get an advantage first and they shared it? Because now it's going to look really bad if you didn't. But every time I'm watching on TV, I'm just like, why did y'all share that? Come on now. So my first answer is no.
Speaking of idols' advantages, let's put yourself in Probst's shoes for a second. if you could bring either like an old twist from a previous season, new era or otherwise, or create a brand new twist for this season, what would it be? What would you want to have in this season?
I kind of, like, I don't want to regret saying this, but Redemption Island would be kind of cool.
For obvious reasons, yeah.
Yeah, like, maybe, like, you know, I don't want to be alone. But I think it would be a cool aspect to have. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, if I end up getting voted off, then, yeah, that would be nice to come back in.
Yeah. So, like, an advantage as well that's, like, something that you've loved in the past that you're like, oh, I would love to get one of those.
Oh my goodness. I've noticed that knowledge is power hasn't been used in a long time. I feel like that's handy if it can be used right. But yeah, besides that, honestly, just give me the regular, old idols.
Yeah. What is your hottest Survivor take? What do you think is your most controversial opinion about the show or a season or a player?
I know that a lot of people disagree on this one, but I think the new era is better than the old era. And I know it's going to have people up in arms. I see the comments, and I'm just like, y'all are the people who just don't like change. They want things to be the same, like we're stuck in the old times. I love the new era. The new era is what got me into Survivor.
Right.
And, I mean, everyone's still watching, so clearly it works.
Is there something in particular about the new era compared to the old one that has you saying that?
I think it moves much faster, which is much more interesting for me to watch. And like 26 days versus the 39 days, like you get all you need to get from 26 days personally. Them not getting like rice or anything, like, I mean, I'm saying this as I'm about to go into it, but yeah, let us be hungry. Like, let us fight for it. Let us want it. So I think all the changes that they made are great. Like, I have no issue with it.
So let's talk about something that might give you an issue.
Okay.
And because we've seen in the new era, at sometimes, especially with 3 tribes, there's like this one disaster tribe,
this
right?
Is true, yeah.
This one that keeps going back to tribal council.
Yeah.
And especially as someone who, again, would pride yourself as like a physical player.
Yeah.
Is that going to change the way you approach things if you find yourself in that scenario?
You know what? I not gonna lie, like, I don't mind 2 tribes. I do like 3 tribes, but I don't mind 2 tribes. But I always, whenever I'm watching, I imagine myself as that losing team and like, oh my gosh, what would I do? And yeah, I'd probably change my mind in that moment. But sometimes those people end up going all the way to the end. Like Kenzie, she ended up winning. So it can work out. I think whenever you're on that losing tribe, whenever the merge does happen, people aren't really trying to get you out. They're not focused on you. So that could end up working in your favor.
Would you have any sort of change of plan if you were actually on this tribe of like, who do I get rid of versus who you might in a season where you're only going once or twice pre-merge?
Right. Like, yeah, that's when it gets tough because like at that point, you know everyone so well. Those are all your besties. As long as it's not me.
There we go. Wise woman once said.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward to the end of the game because the interesting thing about Survivor is the concept of a jury vote. People have so many different pieces of criteria they could use, right? Relationships, social game, resume, story. Right now, if there was like one core tenet, if you were to say, if I were a juror, I would vote for somebody based on blank, what would that blank be?
I think that blank would, it sounds like generic, but like who played the best game overall. And I know that sounds so generic, but like I don't want to vote based just off of relationship. Like even if I'm close to somebody, if this person like found idols, won challenges, slipped away from being voted off, like, dang, that was a good game. So like, I'm sorry, I love you, but I'm gonna vote for this person because this is the person who ends up who deserves winning it at the end of the day.
Last thing I want to ask, this is a very odd scenario. I'll preface by saying that if you could bring out for the loved ones visit a celebrity or a fictional character, who are you picking and why?
I'm gonna pick Michael B. Jordan
Ooh,
because I love him.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not?
He's a sexy man, and if like that's my loved one, then like come on, MBJ. So I'm gonna choose him.
All the way with MBJ. There we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. He's also very beloved, so I think people might be like, I'm gonna pick MC because like I get to hang out with Michael B. Jordan for the day.
Exactly, and I hope he's like listening to this, watching this. Like, tell him to call me, text me.
Yeah. I guess the last thing I'm gonna ask is, obviously you're sitting in a very specific position right now. What is sort of like your emotional cocktail at this moment?
Honestly, it's a whirlwind. I feel like I am dreaming. I feel excited, anxious, like about to throw up anxious, but like in a good way.
You gotta keep that food down. You're not gonna get a lot of it out there.
Exactly. And just disbelief and awe. I would say all of that, just all up in one margarita.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.